United's unbeaten run continues after the draw against Southampton earlier this week, and next up it's a trip to South London to face a faltering Crystal Palace in a game which is really a must-win for the Reds in their quest for Champions League football. Since the 2-0 victory away at Bournemouth back in June, Palace have lost all of their fixtures, and with Premier League safety already secured, they look to be focusing on building towards next season. They've been beaten by Liverpool, Burnley, Leicester, Chelsea and most recently Aston Villa, thanks to a brace from Trezeguet at Villa Park last Sunday. The two sides have met 21 times in the Premier League era. The Reds have won 16 of the ties. There have been 4 draws and just 1 defeat, which came earlier this season at Old Trafford. One of those United victories came back in December 2016, where this late strike from Zlatan Ibrahimovic was enough to secure the 3 points and send the away fans wild.
Oh, well played Pogba. He turns away this time from goodbye. Getting through to Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic!
Yes!
What a finish! And it could be the winner. 2.5 minutes from time. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Prolific. Clinical. 2-1.
Get in.
At 72, Roy Hodgson is the oldest manager in Premier League history, and he's led Palace since Frank de Boer's sacking back in 2017. Having been a youth player at Palace, Hodgson spent much of his early managerial career overseas, with spells at Malmo, the Swiss national team, and Inter Milan on his CV. A short stint with Blackburn Rovers followed, and eventually he settled at Fulham in 2007, where he reached the Europa League final and was named 2010 LMA Manager of the Year. He moved to Liverpool shortly after and later West Brom, where he kept the Baggies in the Premier League for 2 successive seasons. He's probably best known for his time in charge of the England national team, where he spent 4 years, leading England out at 2 European Championships and a World Cup finals. He really looks to have steadied the ship at Palace over the last few seasons, and he's had this to say about the game.
The level of opponents that we're running up against isn't making life any easier for us. But the fact is, it would have been nice to have had a good period in this 9-game spell. We started it well enough, but unfortunately we've not been able to carry that on, at least not in terms of results. 1 or 2 of the games that we've played have not been that bad. But unfortunately, if it doesn't bring a result, that's all that matters, and that's all people are judging by, because people don't remember what actually happened in the game, whether you played well or played badly, whether you had a goal, in our opinion, wrongly disallowed or not. These things are just, well, what was the score at the end of the game? And unfortunately, the score at the end of our last 5 games has been a very bad one as far as we're concerned.
Dutch left-back Patrick van Aanholt started his career with Chelsea, and having come through the youth ranks, he made 2 first-team appearances for the West London club. He had loan spells with Coventry, Newcastle, Leicester and Wigan, before returning to his native Netherlands for a 2-year loan stint at Vitesse. Sunderland captured his signature in 2014, and after 82 appearances and 7 goals, his former Black Cats manager Sam Allardyce moved for him while at Crystal Palace. The 29-year-old has become Palace's first choice left-back, making 103 appearances and scoring 13 goals. He also has 10 caps for his country. Ghanaian striker Jordan Ayew began his career at Marseille as a trainee in 2006. He went on to make 111 appearances before signing for Lorient in 2014. A move to England quickly followed as Aston Villa snapped him up for around £8 million. Villa were relegated in his first season, but Ayew ended the campaign as their top scorer with 7 goals. In January 2017, the 28-year-old joined Swansea City, where he made 50 appearances. Ayew joined Palace on loan the following summer, before making the move permanent just under a year ago. He's thrived under Roy Hodgson, netting 9 Premier League goals so far this campaign. Our key player this week is former United man Wilfried Zaha. The Ivory Coast international began his career at Crystal Palace, aged just 12. He made his first team debut in 2010 and went on to make 110 appearances for the Eagles, before United made a move for him in 2013. After an unsuccessful start to the season under David Moyes and a short loan spell at Cardiff, Zaha returned to his boyhood club, firstly on loan, before Palace made the move permanent for £6 million. The 27-year-old forward has played a crucial part in the success at Palace over the last few seasons, and he's scored 35 goals in 182 appearances since returning to South London. Zaha has played 3,010 minutes in the Premier League so far this season, more than any other Palace player. The last time the two sides met at Selhurst Park, United came away with a 3-1 victory, thanks to goals from the now Inter Milan pair Romelu Lukaku and Ashley Young.
Pogba turns. Lukaku finds Pogba. Look at the space for Young. Young steadies himself. Young scores! And Manchester United sitting pretty in pink now. Ashley Young, it should be 3 more points for Manchester United. It should be a record-breaking 8th consecutive away win.